We've had 2 expansion packs come out in the last, like, what, 3 months? So naturally, I'm not doing anything with them at all right now in this video. I am remodeling Del Sol Valley, which is, like, so random. That's, like, so off topic. But, you know, it's just a break in other content you're probably seeing where everyone's just doing everything with adventure weights or they're still doing Enchanted by Nature stuff. So this is a speed build. We're going to go straight into it and I'm going to talk about the speed build and just general chit chat, I guess. Let's go. So full transparency, it has been a while since I built this. I actually started filming the building of this on the 14th of August. So it has been a little while. By the time this video actually comes out, it'll be probably a little bit over 2 months since I started building this. I didn't finish building it until the 30th of August though. So, you know, it's not been quite 2 months since I finished building it. But the reason why is because I had a different plans for this video. I did want it to be a sit down and build with me video because I do so many speed builds. They are a bit more convenient, but I just talk a lot of shit. And I think that's quite obvious by how much shit I talk when I'm doing this. So I wanted to do some sort of sit down, build with me video. I'd even planned to make it a little bit of a shorter video because obviously I'm building a full apartments. There was no point in sitting with you and doing like all the apartments in one go when there's going to be like the same sort of thing per floor. So I even thought like, oh, I'll build the outside and then I'll build like the first 2 apartments and then come back for the penthouse suite. And I did that and the footage was still gonna be like, after I'd done like all the rough edits, was still gonna be like 2.5 hours long. And I was like, I can't put a video out for 2.5 hours long. Like, I know some people do, and like personally I like long form content. I think I was actually saying in my last video, I don't really mind doing longer form videos because I quite like seeing longer videos. But there's a difference between a longer video being like 45 minutes to 2.5 hours. And like I said many times before on this channel, I don't like editing. I find editing so boring. I find it so tedious and just so time consuming. So I was like, no, you know what? Just to get this video out, because I've not done anything with it for weeks, clearly. Just to get this video out and done, because the Del Sol Valley renovations is something I still want to do, I thought I'll just make it into a speed build this time. I have already done another build on stream for Renovating Del Sol Valley, so that will also be a speed build, unfortunately. But we can try and do like a regular old house or something and try and do that. I don't know yet what we're gonna do. But yeah, it's kind of annoying because I kind of do want to do some sit down and actual build with me videos, and I've currently not got any plans for that. I've got so many builds that I've done on stream that have been taken directly from stream to upload. I don't have any plans at all for sitting down and building a video with you. So if you would like me to do any sort of build, please let me know. Because I just don't know what to do for sitting down and building. That's not going to take me 16 years to do and edit and upload. So let's get into the background of why I'm doing this. You probably agree with me. I really dislike Del Sol Valley. I quite like Get Famous as a pack. I actually quite like the build style because it's mid-century, a lot of it, but then it also has a modern, like there's mid-century and there's modern, and you can combine this to make a really nice mid-century modern. I think the world looks really cool. Like you've got like highways and stuff, like literally like full-on swooping highways and things in a cityscape. It is a really pretty world, but the lots just kind of just suck. And the lot that this is being built on, I believe, is a 20 by 20. I think it's a square lot, and that was a national park. Like, how are you gonna have a national park in a 20 by 20 lot? So I thought, let's rebuild the whole of Del Sol Valley. We'll get through it eventually. Maybe I'll start playing in this world again. And I think it's going to be easier to do now because there's one lot in this, which I might even do like the next build for me, but it's going to be like the 3rd video for you, I guess. Where it's like a pretty decent sized lot and it has 2 driveways up to it. I don't even know what size lot it is. I think it's like a 40 by 30. It's a massive lot. And it's a great lot, but the way it's literally been made with the 2 different driveways, it's like it should have 2 houses on it. And now that we have for rent, we could do a residential rental and that can work really, really well. Or we have small business lots now with businesses and hobbies. With what was the new pack we just got, Adventure Awaits, we have like the retreat lot now as well, so you could even do that sort of thing, like a dual retreat. I don't think I'll do that. I'm not a big fan of the new pack, and I'll probably talk about that later in this video, if not in another video. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother doing that. But there are different things you can do for that now, because this renovation of Del Sol Valley, I'm not going to make it a base game and Get Famous thing. I'm just going all in with it. Already, just in this little build here, at this stage, I've probably already used like 8 different packs, minimum. There's many packs I've used in this. So we'll talk about my inspiration for this build. I was thinking tiny Tokyo apartments. Obviously Del Sol Valley I think is meant to be based on like LA and California, but I've spoken about this many times before. I quite like the look of like the tiny micro apartments you get in Tokyo. Obviously you get them everywhere, but Tokyo seems to be very, or like Japan in general seems to be very popular with them. They have often a lot of these little tiny little niche apartments, and I think they're really, really cool. So I thought let's do a block of flats like that, and these are very, very small apartments. They're all studio apartments apart from the top floor. So I've got two different types of apartments. There's 4 floors, so there's 6 apartments that are basically the same. You've got 3 of one style, 3 of another style, and the top floor is a whole 1 floor thing. It's a penthouse, and that is technically a 2-bedroom, but it has only been designed right now for a 1-bedroom with an office. But the rest of them are just studio apartments. They can all, apart from I think 2, fit 2 Sims each time. I wouldn't really recommend it because it is very, very small. But it can, I think, apart from, there might even just be 1 of them, but there is 1 at least that has a single bed, which I think is like the 3rd floor. But the rest of them do have 2 beds or double beds or whatever. Some of the beds are screwed up in the corner, but you can still get a sim, like you can still get 2 Sims sleeping on a double bed that is pushed against the corner. They just have to scoot. But it's kind of annoying because it means that the sim that's scooted against the wall can't get out of bed until the other sim gets out. So it's not the most ideal setup. But then this one has a Murphy bed in it. It's also not an ideal setup. But for the most part, the furniture, like the kitchen cabinets and the bathrooms, they are the exact same. There's nothing changed apart from maybe a bath mat in the bathrooms. And in the kitchen cabinets and the kitchen like overhead cabinets, like the kitchen counters and the cabinets, they are the same. They all have the same mini fridge. They all have the same induction hob. I believe they all have an induction hob. There is no sink in the kitchens, because it's one in the bathroom. So they can use that instead if they would like to. It was just to save on space, really. But the main variations I've done amongst the kitchen and the bathroom is, like I said, a different bath mat. Or I think most apartments have some sort of different appliance. So some of them have like the pressure cookers. Some have, I think some even have the hot pot. One of them has a hot pot. One has got one of those like kind of toaster ovens from Dream Home Decorator. I think a few of them have microwaves, if not all of them have microwaves. I can't remember actually, and some just have coffee machines. So they are slightly different in that respect, because in my mind, these apartments are empty apart from bathrooms and the kitchen stuff. The rest of the furniture you bring in yourself. So that's why the furniture is so wildly different, because you could easily do it where it's just the same thing, right? Just copy and paste the whole thing. But they all have different furniture in there. They all have different colour schemes. There's minimal things on the wall. I say that as I'm literally hanging up a painting on the wall. But there is minimal stuff on the wall, because I kind of thought, like, you're renting it. Most landlords don't like you to have, you know, to put things into the walls. Some people allow it, some people don't care. But in most cases, people don't tend to hang things up on their wall. So I imagine, like, some things are just by command grips and things like that. The only exception of that is the top floor. They have got, like, a whole feature wall in their office. But if you're in a penthouse, I feel like you get more permission to do things. So yeah, there are like some light colors, no like real mad wallpaper or like paint colors and stuff. There's just like accent colors of like blues, yellows, greens, pinks. Like there's not actually that much. There is one pink theme apartment, which I think is very wild when it comes to the paint, but that's about it. Like things that you can easily put back to white. Admittedly, with this second room, I've not really spoken about the decoration at all, but with this second room, it was a really hot day. Like I said, it was the middle of August that I filmed this originally. It was a really hot day. And I'd actually run out a couple of times to go get a desk, or my husband had a desk delivered, and then it was a really hot day, and I was really just warm in general. So I didn't actually rush through this room, because if you don't know, this room, and what you can see is all this room is. This is literally an old coat cupboard that I've converted into an office. It's a 1.5 by 1.7 meters squared, I guess. So it's a box. It is a very, very small room, and with the door shut, which I do when I'm filming because it's just quieter and also gives me a bit of privacy, because although I film and stream, I do still feel very awkward when people can hear me talking, e.g. my husband. I feel really awkward when he can hear me talking about videos and stuff and just talking to myself. I keep my door shut. So when I have a PC on, there's no windows in here, no ventilation, there's nothing in here at all. It gets very, very warm. So I was rushing through this one because at this point I was really feeling the heat. Like you can't obviously see, but I have my hair up in this like in this part of the video, like decorating this room, because it was just so warm. And that's why I kind of disappeared. I finished filming this and then I didn't come back to it for 2 weeks because it was just too hot to carry on filming. But I was definitely rushing through this room, and that room is pretty empty as a result. But I do kind of finish up at this point for the downstairs, like the smaller apartments. I'm just going upstairs now to the other one, and this one is laid out completely different. The kitchen is on a different wall. Although this is the biggest apartment, it has got a 1x3 bathroom, so it's got the worst bathroom, but it has got 2 bedrooms, and it is actually a pretty decent size apartment. Like, I've built houses that are similar sizes to this. I think if I wasn't so stuck on having the exact same sort of like outside layout, like I could have used one of the balconies as, you know, an actual part of the building. It would have been a lot better, I think, for like layout wise, because it is some kind of weird shapes. That little bit by where I'm just putting the bookshelf there, I went back and forth between what I should put there, between bookshelves or just a plant or something. I ended up putting a load of shelving on there and using the kitchen clutter kit for a load of like pantry space, which is like an open pantry, which I feel like they maybe wouldn't have had in this. I feel like they would probably get like a really small, thin, narrow unit or something to put in there, but we don't have that in The Sims, so it is what it is. But this is a very modern looking, sleek place. It's kind of annoying though, because I was so set on having the kitchen cabinets and the bathrooms and stuff all being the same across it. The kitchen being like this light blue cabinetry really doesn't really hit the vibe of the rest of the build, because it's very green, darker browns, earthy tones. So the blue kitchen cabinets don't really suit very well, but it is what it is. At this point as well, we'd had the mudroom kit released, and you'll see in a second, I very much enjoy that kit for bedrooms, so I put some of that in there. I considered doing like a full built-in thing as well for the office, but I decided not to. But I do love that kit. I was a bit dubious on that at first. I did do a video on that kit, like a build. That was the last build me video that I did, like actually sitting down going through it. Oh no, I didn't even build with you, did I? I built the room off camera and came back and went through it. Oh wow. But I was a little bit reserved with that kit when it first came out, but now that I've had a chance to use it a lot more, I've actually used it in I'm doing like my own sort of like, it's not even a legacy, it's just my own gameplay. I don't stream it, I don't film it, it's just what I like to play offline. And there is so much built-in stuff in that. Like, the office has like a built-in around the desk, both bedrooms have built-ins and mirrors and like vanities out of it. I've even done like a over the bed storage thing where it's like the 2 cabinets and the cabinet going across the top. I've even done that in the master bedroom. I love that kit. I think it's really, it's just good. And when the kit first came out, I built like a whole like built-in cabin bedroom, which was a lot. I never actually finished that house, I don't think, now that I'm thinking about it. Or did I? I don't remember if I finished that or not. Oh well. But yeah, I do like that kit a lot. I very much enjoy it. But yeah, so this build took me forever to build. I think it literally did take me like 6 hours in total, which isn't that bad really. But it is also kind of bad. So I don't think, I mean, this is very modern, this one. This is like a new development build off flats is what I'm picturing for it. And I think it's quite fun. It is already on the gallery. It's been on, like I said, it's been on the gallery since I finished it. I think on the 30th of August, I think I put it on the gallery, and it's actually done pretty well. It's had quite a lot of downloads, which is quite surprising. I don't tend to get a lot of downloads of my builds, but it is already there, and I did upload it twice. So if you are looking on the gallery, I don't put my gallery ID out because it's not my account, it's my sister's account, and we share it. But all my builds, because we all do sort of our own builds. I think it's me, 2 of my sisters, and my husband occasionally play The Sims and upload things. So if you're trying to find my builds specifically, there's a hashtag Simlish builds. It used to be under TEG builds because obviously my name used to be That English Gal. Now it's Simlish Gal. So you can find a lot of my old builds, or all of my old builds, on TEG builds, and my new builds under hashtag Simlish builds. I said builds quite a lot there. But yeah, if you want to find this one, I did upload it twice. I uploaded it one as a regular residential, and then I also uploaded it again as a residential rental. And the reason I did that is because residential rentals cannot be placed on regular lots. It has to be placed on a residential rental lot, so you need to assign the lot as a residential rental first. I also did that because if you don't even have for rent, you can't see residential rental lots on the gallery, which is, you don't have that for anything else, as far as I'm aware. I don't think if you don't have businesses and hobbies, you can't see a small business lot. I don't think that's a thing, but you can't see them at all. So I uploaded one just in general, and I uploaded another one as a residential rental lot. And what I did was I ignored one of, you can only have 6 lots on a residential rental without mods. So I did I think the bottom 2 floors fully, one apartment on the 3rd floor, and then the top apartment. So one of the apartments is missing out on that, so you can just leave that as an empty one. But I'll show you that in a second. So I am done with the speed build. Let's just hop in to the actual game now, and I'll give you a proper tour of everything. Okay, so this is the finished build, and I didn't actually film any of me decorating this. It wasn't really intentional. It was when I was like in between like decorating the other ones, like when I did the bottom floor and then I was doing the middle ones. Those are the things that took me like a little while. Like that's what I spent the 2 weeks in between filming doing. So I did this in between. I didn't really intend on doing that, I just did. So it's a very kind of modern bit, and I tried kind of emulating the outside, like how you got like corner bits of landscaping and things and whatever, and then over there, oh, that's another one of my builds, never mind. But like I tried kind of emulating sort of like the flowery bits around and the triangle bits around. But it is very modern, and it gives me very like industrial but organic sort of vibe. So I do like this build a lot. I also wanted to keep the front of this pretty neutral because this is like the curbside apparel, right? Like I feel like this is like almost like a boardwalk. This feels like all the fancy stuff, and then it starts getting into like, I mean, the motorways over there, for example, you have like the bits that no one really wants us to see. So this is all the curbside apparel, and then at the back is where the front door is. So I'll give you a quick tour of the downstairs apartment. So it's very simple. You literally just have the front door and all your mailboxes here. Obviously far too many mailboxes is what we need, but it's not the point. You've got your staircase in here, and then we're going to this apartment first. This is the one that I really didn't spend much time on. It's actually quite underdecorated. It's not even a doormat, so that's kind of a shame, but it's quite simple as well. So if you wanted to live in this one, you can really change anything about it. But you've got like a little storage bit, and then a TV, a kind of fake wardrobe. It is functional as a wardrobe. You just click on the clothes and you change. A little kind of entryway table thing. You got your bed and bedside table, and you've got a little dining space and a small kitchen. So this one is just a very basic kitchen. Because it is so small, I didn't bother cluttering it up. I don't think I cluttered really any of the kitchens up because they are very, very small, and I didn't want to mess around with anything. But they do have a hob, mini fridge, microwave, and a dishwasher because there's no sink. So there's that. I did kind of regret doing this corner window here with the kitchen being like this though, because I really didn't know what to use. Because if you put this over there, you probably could get over there still, like, and sit down. Oh my god. You probably could still sit down there, but I wasn't confident if you could or not. So I kind of regret doing that, but I think it still looks cool, so it's fine. They also have a balcony. They all have a balcony each. The upstairs obviously has 2 balconies. This one I left empty. I did have every intention of filling it, but I kind of just kept forgetting, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, actually, no, I think it's kind of fine that there's nothing on here, because not everyone's going to have it. And with this place being a lot emptier, like not a lot of cluttery things, maybe they just moved in. I don't know. Or maybe this is just a good startery one for you to come into and make your own. Cop out. There is a bathroom in here as well. They've got the bath mat. Everything else is pretty much the exact same. It's quite a modern, clean looking bathroom. No window in this bathroom, which if you know, you know. It does annoy me that there's no window. I kind of forgot about it when I was doing all the windows, and then I didn't want to change it in the end because I thought it looked nice without it, so I just left it. In here though is the other apartment downstairs. So they have got a little pressure cooker, but again they've got a hob, dishwasher, fridge, microwave. I ended up using these circular, like this is like the inner corner one, like no, outer corner one. Like this piece of cabinetry should go on this wall, like on the corner bit, but I liked how it was rounded, and same with this bit. As well as that, this is also like a corner bit. This should also go like on the outside corner, like there. That's where it should go. But again, I quite liked it being there because it's streamlined. You won't whack your hip off of it and like stab yourself in the like in the corner of a cabinet. And it just gives the room like a bit more of a flow to it, so I thought that looked nice. And they still can use it as a regular counter anyway. But yeah, this is all that is. And then this one is a Murphy bed one, which is honestly one of the worst ones. They have got a desk and a little computer. They've got a little bonsai tree. They've got like a little unit with storage and a TV. But the only thing that's kind of annoying is when you have that down, you don't see this. Kind of annoying with that. And they have a balcony, which is kind of plant focused. A little bit of planting things, although I do think these are still bugged. I don't think these actually work at the moment. But whatever. And they also have a little eating area outside, so they have additional seating outside as well. And their bathroom is very, very small. I didn't clutter this on purpose because I just didn't know what would fit. So they've got like the shampoo and conditioner thing and like the toilet roll, and that's literally it. because I didn't want to mess around with the functionality, but this will still work. There's plenty of space for your sim to get through here, use a toilet, use a shower. There is plenty of space for that, so it does work, don't worry. If it didn't work, what you literally could do is literally just swap these around so that the toilet's here and the shower's here, and they could still walk through that fine. Like that, because the shower, they could walk right underneath it. That's how like the 1x3 bathroom, which is on the top floor, works still. But this will work. Don't worry about it. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be weird, or unless there's 2 Sims in here, but you're not really going to have 2 Sims in a 2x2 space, are you? So, upstairs, all the apartments up here are the same layout. So we'll go to this one first. This is a very pink one. This is the one that I was like, this one would be a bit harder to convert back to white walls. But it's still very fun. I use this bed, which is early access buy. If you bought the Love Struck pack like early before a certain time, you get this bed. So if you don't have that, you can't get this bed, unfortunately. But I've never used it yet, and I thought it would still go nice in here, so I decided to use it. So if you didn't buy Love Struck before then, unfortunately you won't be able to use this bed, but you can maybe use the one from Seasons that hasn't got a back, like a headboard. That could still work. They have like a little sheep mat. It's very pink in here, very cutesy in here. A little small seating area where they can watch TV. This is also their chest of drawers, like their dresser. So that works fine. They've got another dresser here as like a little partition. A little high table. The kitchen this one has the like kind of toaster oven, and this should work despite having these things up there, because I think that, yeah, that slots up there, so that should still work. They've got a kettle in here, and they've got some mugs as well. So they don't have a microwave, but they have got a toaster oven, so they can actually do more cooking in here, because that works as like a regular oven. And just in here they have a little plant corner, because again, I didn't really know what I was doing. And actually this one is like an actual like plant that we got. Oh no, all these 3 are like actual houseplant ones, so you can put a proper houseplant in there. I'm sure I did put a houseplant in there. Maybe I didn't, I can't remember anymore. Maybe I did that on purpose so you can plant your own, but I don't even know if you can get to them to water them. And then out here they have just a little cute little seating area, just a little sitting bit. When I actually marked these as the residential rentals, as you can see, like these are still marked as shared spaces, all the balconies, because if they're marked as shared spaces, you will see other Sims in there. So obviously this hallway, you will see Sims going up and down the stairs, you'll see Sims around the place, and I kind of thought it'd be really cute that if you were sat out here with your Sim just like, you know, chilling out, you'll see other Sims doing the art over here, or like planting things down there. They'll be doing the day-to-day things out there as well, and you will see them do that, which is really nice. So I left that as shared space. It's quite less simple. It's a very small, it's actually 2x3 like balcony space. It's a very small balcony space. There's not a lot they can do. And in the bathroom, the only thing that's changed is the bath mat, so that's all the same. In this apartment, this is very blue themed, and this is one of the single bed apartments. I think there might actually be 2 single bed apartments in, I could be wrong. This one's laid out pretty differently. The kitchen is obviously still the same. There's nothing else in here. They've just got the microwave, hob, dishwasher, fridge. They've got a really small living area here. So this is a chest of drawers, which I actually like this chest of drawers. It's from City Living. They got chest of drawers as like a separate like end. There's like a coffee table slash TV stand slash chest of drawers slash partition. So they have a little living area, and then their bed is pushed up against this, which is just kind of nice. It's like its own little separate space. This feels quite divided. In real life, I think I'd like to have a space like this. I think it'd be quite nice. But they've got bookshelf, plant, and a mirror here as well. And then out here, they've got like a bit more creativeness that's going on. They've just got an easel and some outdoor plants, so maybe a bit more of a creative sim. And then the bathroom, again, exactly same as downstairs. Nothing has changed at all. The 3rd floor, we have got a yellow room. Oh, this is also a single bedroom. Okay, so I actually did 2 single bedroom ones. Okay, that's fun. This one is also laid out quite differently, which is intentional, obviously. Their chest of drawers, like their wardrobe, is kind of like as soon as you come in, which I think is fine. It kind of acts as like you put your shoes down as well, and your jacket's here, but the rest of your clothes are in here as well. So they have a bunk bed, and they also have like a proper TV area as well. So they have a full-on sofa. This is going to get in the way. I do apologize about that. Full-on sofa, full-on TV, and this one has a pet. So they have a cat, is what I envisioned. They also have a desk instead of a dining table. They kind of wanted that more, but I put a laptop here because if you move the laptop away, it could still be used as a table. This is where the cat sleeps, because you can imagine being a cat and just looking out the window and seeing like all these views as a cat. That'd be really cute. Kitchen, again, is the same. They have a pressure cooker. The rest of it is the exact same. Bathroom, the same as well. They just have a bath mat, a different colour. And then outside, they've got the litter tray. This is kind of like the cat's balcony. They have the litter tray, some toys, and a little sitting area, as well as some regular catnip out here as well. Just because, why not? So if you were living in one of the apartments, you might see the cat coming in and out to go to the bathroom. So this is really one of my favorite apartments. It's very simple, but I like how it's been decorated. I even like this on here. Like, oh, they didn't have room for it in the kitchen, so they put it over here instead above their desk. Like, it kind of sells that this might be more of a eating area as well as just a workspace. So it's quite nice. I like it a lot. And then over here is the green plant one. So this is what I meant, where this 2 Sims can sleep in here, but because it's pressed up against the corner, if you wanted 2 Sims to sleep, you have to get one to sit on it, scoot over, and then sleep. And then you have to get the other Sim to sleep on here. But until the Sim that's sleeping here gets up out of bed, this Sim cannot go anywhere. So they'll just stay asleep for ages. It's kind of annoying. But this one's very planty, and I kind of went against what I said about not hanging things on the wall for this one. Some of these things could be command grips, like these could be like little command hook things. Maybe same as that. But a lot of this one, they just hung things on the wall. I think maybe at this point, this is like the last apartment I did. Maybe I forgot about the fact that I wanted it to be not a lot of things stuck to the wall. Maybe. But they've got a bookshelf. They've got obviously the kitchen full of plants. They can still cook on this counter, so them being there won't affect anything. But they've got their own homegrown herbs as well here, which is fun. Got the little gnome doormat. Lots of greeny, lots of leafiness, a lot of plants, a lot of plants just to clutter things up. So they have got a little sitting area here too, but no TV. So there's no TV in this one, but they do have a little seating space so they can sit and read, I guess. And then out here, there's no actual things that you can plant out here because it's kind of tricky. The gardening skill is kind of broken, and I don't want to have like a load of pots in here because if you have pots out here, you can only get like 3 or 4 out here. So this is kind of like a useless space, but it's a lot of plants anyway. And you can still put little actual planter pots out here if you wanted to. I just decided not to. And then again, the bathroom is the exact same. Nothing has changed in the bathroom. I did think about putting plants in here. Decided it's probably not worth the risk of it not working, so I didn't. And then lastly, up until the penthouse. So you literally just have the one door up here and you come in into the living room kitchen. You actually come into like half of a wall, which is kind of annoying. But living room kitchen. Living room is very formal. I used the refined living room kit in here quite a lot because I haven't really used that yet. And I was quite surprised at how well these 2 wood swatches matched from the refined living room and high school years. I was quite surprised at that. This bit over here is kind of a waste of space. I could have put a plant there. I kind of forgot about it. I also wanted to interrupt the bins functionality, but got a bookshelf, regular kitchen stuff, which is it looks bigger, this kitchen, but it's not. I could have put another counter over there as well, actually, to be fair. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh, because it would have clipped to the window. That's why I didn't do it. That's why. But yeah, you got the bin, you got the regular kitchen bit, and this is slightly cluttered. Look at me, guys, slightly cluttered this place. Wow. And they have their pantry over here. So you've got these shopping bags, and you can actually click on these to order groceries if you didn't know. Same as like the cookie jar from the kitchen clutter kit. You can click on that and get a cookie for free. And you have cereal boxes. You can click on that and you can get cereal for free. So for rags to riches, that's a really good life hack. Get yourself the little cereal box thing and you can get free cereal. And I think it's like 35 simoleons for that box thing. There's also a few other things like this, the timer. Did I actually use a timer anywhere? No, there's like a little timer option thing. That actually is like an alarm, or it can be set as a proper timer, I think. There's a few things in that pack that do actually function, which is quite fun. Out here they have just a dining space. They haven't got room for a dining room in here, but they have room for a dining room outside, so they have a dining room outside. Because 3 Sims could sleep in here if you remove the office, but if you don't want to remove the office, you can maybe host a few friends around here, who knows. Through here we've got not the dining room, the bathroom. Like I said, this is just a 3x1. This is perfectly functional though, so this part they can just kind of walk across whatever they want to. So it's kind of like a wet room. So it's similar to like this one. It's just stretched out and slightly smaller. So this does work fine. It's perfectly functional, not a problem at all. Small hallway space, and here is the master bedroom, or like the only bedroom, I guess. But it's quite dark. It's quite modern, quite homely, quite earthy. I quite actually like this room a lot. A little bit of decor. This pink mirror is kind of weird, but it's because I was trying to match the pinky handles of that, and it does work well. But when you've got everything else in here like really like kind of warm, having pink is a little bit odd, but whatever. So there's that, and then lastly we have the office in here, which has quite a nice computer in it, and this massive feature wall, which is like, I love these things, but this is a great way to like go heavy with the packs in the game, because there's like maybe 4 or 5 different packs just in this, which is insane. This came from the new Grange Mudroom kit, which I love that piece of decor. But otherwise it's quite simple in here. It's quite open plan, and then you have a balcony out here with a telescope and just a little seat for when you want to stargaze. And on the roof there's just a couple solar panels, and that's about it. Just fake ducting and whatever. So that's the whole thing, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it looks good. I think it looks really fun. I love the windows and stuff on it. Like, I love how modern and like how much glass there is. The fact we have these glass walls now just makes things so much better, because when I started building this, we'd only really just got the glass walls and I hadn't had a chance to use them properly yet. So yeah, I do like it a lot. This is a really fun build. And actually, before I start getting my cinematic shots going, let's show you how it is for a residential rental. So I actually, ignored this one as a residential rental. So this hasn't got a lot assigned to it. So this is apartment 1. This is apartment 2, apartment 3. Then you've got apartment 4 and apartment 5, and then apartment 6 up here. They are labeled differently. So you've got this label as 1, and this should be 2, but it's not. So you've got 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 2, and there is a cheat for it. I don't actually remember what the cheat is. I can put it on screen for you. There is a cheat to get up to 99 residential rental lots in one lot. I don't know what it is, so I never tend to use it. And plus, when you're building with it, I don't know how that translates when you put the cheat on and then assign it and then put it on the gallery. I don't know how that works, so I just kind of ignored this one because it's honestly my least favorite one. I think I still like it, but it's kind of my least favorite because of the Murphy bed. But yeah, so that's how they're all kind of laid out. And again, like I said, I left the apartments out, not the apartments, the balconies out, so that you can still see your Sims going in and out and doing their day-to-day life and stuff. And if you wanted to just leave this one empty, you could honestly just delete everything, and just put a couple boxes in here maybe, or just leave it fully empty as like a story thing, or that one's not occupied or whatever. Or you can, whichever flat is your least favorite, you can just unassign and reassign the bottom flat as a different flat. So you can do that. That's absolutely fine. Oh, I did forget to mention there is a bin back here as well. It's a fully functional lot. I think it looks really good. I like this lot a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I like this style of build, like the whole wood, metal, like black and warm and industrial. I quite like that aesthetic. I'm kind of into that at the moment. So yeah. That's it from me, I guess. Let me know what you thought of this video. It's gonna be interesting for me to edit this back because this is the first video I filmed with a new mic. I got a new mic recently. I don't have my Blue Yeti anymore. My husband now has it, but I got a Shure MV7, which is not as good as a Shure SMB7, but this one is like a plug and play USB mic. I don't have to have like a Go XLR and stuff like that, which is helpful. So it's gonna be really interesting for me to listen back to my own self with headphones on with this new mic. It's gonna be different, and also my hair is different. I don't want to talk about it. I don't like the cut. I like the colour. I don't like the fringe. Because this looked great yesterday. It doesn't look good today and I don't know what it is. But the rest of my hair looks nice. I curled it. Look at me go. But yeah, that is it from me. So like I said, this is on the gallery underneath the hashtag Simlish Builds. It has been for a while. There's 2 different uploads for it. So whichever one you want to use, feel free. But yeah, that is it from me. I will do another video building this lot back here. This is a party lot back there. Like, literally, like, it's meant for parties. So I built that on stream a little while ago. So that'll be the next video on the Del Sol Valley thing, but maybe not the next video on the channel. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I have a lot of different builds I've taken from streams that I want to put onto a video. So won't be the next one, but it will be coming soon, TM. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back into videos. I was recently ill with COVID, so that's why I've taken such a massive break. I was ill for like the whole midsection of September and like the first-ish week of October, so I'm only getting back onto the mend, so I'll be back for a few more videos, maybe do like one video at least a fortnight. Fingers crossed. We'll see if I can finish that for the rest of the year and stick with that for the rest of the year. I've got 2 months left, or 2.5 months left. But yeah, let me know what you think of the build. Let me know what you want me to build with you guys, so I actually sit and build instead of just doing a speed build and a voiceover, because I'm kind of bored of doing voiceovers, to be honest. It's a lot of yapping. Today I didn't yap a lot of bullshit. I kind of just chatted about the build, but I would like to actually sit down and build something with you for once again. But yeah, let me know what you think. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe maybe, and I'll see you in my next video. Yeah. Bye.
It's that first day of first grade, that cute girl, your third day, that backpack, that snapback you've had since the 3rd grade. The first time you got laid, the worst time you got played. It hurt, but you're okay. You learn from your mistakes. Your friends back in high school, we thought we were so cool. We'd seal jack my dad's stash and drink the whole night through. The first time you first moved.